I'm Mary Newton, and I live in Lakeview, Arkansas, just outside of Mountain Home. When we first heard about what was going on in North Dakota, my husband and I were both called. We had to go, and it took us a couple days to drive out there. We got there on a rainy day. We drove in, and they saged our car as we walked in. As we went in, they directed us where to go, and the place was overwhelmingly calm, peaceful, spiritual, friendly. It was the most amazing experience, and I wish we could have stayed longer. I really do. It wasn't until we got back from there that we learned about the diamond pipeline, and so we started doing research. And my husband and I would be sitting side by side on our computers looking up things, and the more we looked, the worse it got. So we started emailing and calling legislators. We started reposting. We started getting involved in this movement, and I can tell you that my experience with Bozeman, we went to Eureka Springs, where he was having a meet and greet with the public, and we got about 15 minutes with him. My husband expressed himself eloquently and was able to shoot down every excuse that Bozeman had. I tried to say a few things, but I kind of got brushed off. I mean, I could tell that he really did not want to pay much attention to me because I'm a woman, and that's just the way his attitude was towards me. I did get a few words in at the last minute. The response from the governor's office that I got was essentially the same thing. It was a form letter brushing me off, saying you don't understand, basically in so many words, patting me on my head. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. My personal opinion, and this is only my opinion, is that there's too much money in it for the politicians to do anything for us. My husband got a call back from Bozeman's office, and this poor kid who was trying to talk to my husband about it, my husband did the same thing to him as he did to Bozeman. He shot down every excuse and rationalization and justification that they had for this pipeline going through, and while at the same time hammering him and trying to get an answer out of him. So, is Bozeman going to do anything about this or not? What is his position on this? Because, like a typical politician, he's very, very slippery on it. And finally, he got the guy to admit, well, Senator Bozeman is not inclined to take any action. And we said, thank you, there's our answer. And that seems to be the answer that we get from everybody. And, I'm also here for my children, for my grandchildren, for our great-grandchildren. We have the duty to stand up against this corporate greed. They know they're a dying industry. They know that they're on their way out. That's why they're trying to do all this tar sands and fracking and pull every ounce of this black death out of our earth as fast as they can. They're trying to make their bucks while they can, okay? And what's frustrating for me is I took a class many years ago, back in the early 90s. It was called Environmental Ethics at San Diego State University. And I was taught in the early 90s that the technology for solar, for wind, for all the renewable energies has been here for decades. And who buys it up? The oil companies do. They buy it up as soon as it becomes evident. And they've suppressed it all this time while continuing to poison us, poison our children, poison our neighbors. I mean, we drove through Mayflower on the way here. Take a look at what happened in Mayflower. You think it doesn't happen here in Arkansas? Oh, it has, and it will continue to if we allow this to go on. This has to stop.